you're here for the video that I promised I'd make. Yeah, come on in. I'll take you down to my studio. Just mind your step here. This is where we keep the sofas and guitars. Hello everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. This is the quarantine edition of some strange video I wanted to make called The Show Show. So less than 24 hours ago, I put up a story on my Instagram asking people to suggest things to me, give me questions to answer and activities to perform. So it's one I'm titling, You Asked Me. So let's get straight into your questions. So Jack Williams asks, are you a grower or a shower? Definitely a shower. Danny Miller, as a suggestion, learn how to backflip. Well, last night I got out in my garden, put a mattress down, and here's what happened. I can now confirm that backflips should not be possible by any human, and I really hurt my toe. George Norman, my very dear friend, how does it feel to break hearts without glasses? Same as before, really. And from a previous Instagram story actually, Julia Vinogradov just suggested I show some of my party tricks, and I have 3. I can juggle with 3 things, I overthink every possible scenario, and I come with my own laughing track. John Mastrullo, one of my favourite questions so far, can you roast an egg? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's get cracking. So I read somewhere that this is actually a Jewish tradition that you can roast eggs in an oven. What Google says is you're supposed to boil it for a minute or so, or bring it to the boil and then stick it in said oven. Oh, that's just me. I might just add that this is a inside joke. It's cracking. Getting a bit brown, but it looks good. Right, it has been a long time. I am now getting worried about this egg. Ah, it still looks like an egg. And here is the egg and spoon race. Hey! Oh shit. Right, we have our roast egg. It is now time to decide, is it possible? Can we get a close-up please? It's just me here. Excellent. Because when you want to see how well an egg is cooked, just cut it in half. You don't de-shell it, no, you just cut it straight through the middle. I mean, it looks disgusting, but I believe it to be edible. So egg. Can it roast? Yes. Ben Lowe, thank you for tuning in. Never gym again or never game again. If I could do home workouts, then gym. I've learned quite a lot within these past couple of weeks. If not, then probably games. Jamie asks, what are some unpopular opinions you have? Well, to answer this, I'll also incorporate another one of the questions from George Norman. Do a successful handstand while saying Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin didn't kill her husband.
If anybody hasn't watched Tiger King, I fully recommend it. It's so good. Americans are nuts. Phoebe, double slit the eyebrow, do a poll vote on the eyebrow slit, and just shave the eyebrow. Alright Phoebe, in this studio, here and now, I'm gonna do it. Right, let's get the focus. That'll do. There we go, look, I've got two eyebrows, look at that. Bryn Miles asks, Minecraft Pyramid Tour. I'll be honest, don't know what Minecraft or a pyramid is, but I know what a tour is, and so the introduction to this video hopefully is the answer to all of your questions. Tom Horton, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Odd quarantine question. Probably in a mirror, Dad. Yes please, fitness, put the laughing face emoji. Next question. George again, bloody hell, he's a bit obsessed. Perform a slow dance with your doggo on a Whitney Houston track. As much as I would like to, unfortunately I'm at my dad's. My dog is unfortunately nowhere to be seen. When I say that, he exists and is alive, however at my mum's. Bryn Miles, that shirt looks good. Heart. Thanks Bryn. And so, here comes the point in my video in which I bring on some special guests. And to answer these following questions with me, I'm bringing on one of my very dear friends, Jake Wenman. You there, bud?
Yes, I am indeed.
And the only other thing is I'm also recording this screen, so just don't get your cock out or anything.
I'll try my hardest.
Excellent. Well, hello Jake. Nice to have you on.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. So the first question is, why do you think it was a good idea to shave your head? So I've brought you on specifically because you're the resident expert when it comes to this.
Yeah, of course.
So, well, I would like to hear your thoughts on it.
For me, I think it's the ease of access. I mean, more or less ease of access, more ease of maintenance, and the fact that I think everyone at some point in time, especially out of us lot, has kind of thought about it and definitely wanted to shave their head, and then proceeded to not shave their head, but had the thought play with them for a little while. So I think now it's at the point where everyone's locked away for a bit and everyone's deciding they can do it. But I think what everyone's going to find is that your head never looks as weird as you think it does, is one thing. Everyone thinks they have a really weird head shape, I find. But being able to get out of the shower and just instantly not have wet, horrible dripping hair is definitely a positive.
Brilliant. When you said ease of access, I thought you meant something like a onesie with a back flap, like a bum flap. Yeah, I think exactly the same thing. It was the perfect time to do it, because it's on everyone's bucket list just to completely go grade 1, and I thought it was such a great opportunity because no one else is going to see me for such a long period of time. First thing you're going to do after the lockdown?
I mean, it's sad, but I think the first thing everyone's going to do after lockdown is I think every pub is going to be packed to capacity for like 3 days straight, and every group of friends that you have is going to be at a pub. But the legitimate thing I'm going to do when the quarantine's done is go and work on doing some music stuff with friends, because it's really frustrating to be able to... I think the internet and the online age is like, it's made all of this so much less difficult than it would be at any other time. But in the same way, it also means that, like, you know, you can get to that halfway point of saying, oh, well, when it's all over, we can do this, or I'll send you this now, but you can't actually sit and work on something with someone. Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for me, as soon as it's over, I'm working on music stuff, like, with people.
Yeah, I would like to say a pub garden, but I'll be honest, I know that I'm just going to get smashed so much so that I put myself back into quarantine. Like that it will just be the way. Well, I still can't wait for it all to be done and over. But as British people, I feel like we're very impatient and we just want there to be a result, whereas we just need to sit tight and take it easy for a bit, yeah. What's the most positive outcome of quarantine for you? Do you think?
For me, it was the chance to kind of like internally organise. When something like this is happening, every decision you make is completely and 100% for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're going out and specifically doing stuff for other people, but just in your day-to-day, like, if you're choosing to do one thing over another, it's not for anyone else's benefit. You're not seeing anyone for it. And I think it's helped me kind of realise what I actually want to do. Like, if it's almost forced you into the hypothetical of, oh, if I was on my own every day, what would I do to keep myself entertained? What things would I think about? Yeah. Like, now we're all doing that. It's kind of made, that's the one positive, is everyone's kind of realising, or hopefully attempting to, like, learn how to just be with themselves a little bit more. I think that's the most positive thing. Yeah,
no, 100%. I know lots of people who have made and posted things about kind of just self-reflection within this period of time, which is great. Lots of people learning new skills.
Everyone is being forced to be shut up inside, so I think that for people that have problems with, you know, like, not wanting to be out socially as much as they actually really do want to be, if that makes sense, and all these things, I think it's actually kind of a useful thing for people that deal with stuff like that, because they're watching how everyone has to handle the same thing right now. You know what I mean? Like, there is that sense of community. Like, I feel like I know what's going on in the lives of everyone I know for the first time in 5 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. That's the one interesting part. I think when we look back on this, there'll be some stuff that we really are thankful for, weirdly. The things that we did to battle it and the moments of positivity will actually, it's bringing about a sense of community that's really hard to naturally provide, or pretty much never naturally comes about. So that one thing is nice. For the culture, it's nice.
Amazing. Well, Jake, thank you so much for your insight. It's been fantastic having you on the show. Again, Jake, I greatly appreciate your time to answer these couple of questions with me. Cool.
All right.
Cheers, Jake. And you. Love you lots. Hope everyone is doing just fine within this quarantine-like scenario. It's never a positive thing when you can't see your friends and some close family. However, the right thing to do is to be quarantines, isolated, away from the rest of the world, so that you are safe and family members, other people's family members, will also remain as secure as can be. What's the most positive outcome of quarantine for you? Asks Zoe. I'd probably say unity, care for humanity, recognition of our NHS definitely, and being able to look awful without anybody seeing me. And yes, I know that this hat is way too big for me. I have a tiny head. Well, with that, we are done. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And this has actually been really fun to make. With my little cutaways and cheesy dad jokes. It's been really fun to do something productive, as with everything that's going on at the moment, I have had no opportunity to. And when I say no opportunity, I mean I've been really lazy. And I hope this is not too copying John Krasinski's happy thing or whatever. I just wanted to make something original of my own. So I've ripped off every YouTuber in the world. Oh no, I forgot the answer.